Hey, hi everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sagar.Utekar, and this is our first live session and our free CKA series. I know this was very short notice and we faced a couple of um, technical issues. So this was my first time to do a YouTube live after so much of time. So I was facing some issues, but now those are fixed. So let's see if someone joins and if anybody have any questions on their CNCF exams or related to careers. So we will try to discuss those issues, and this is a live stream. So if anybody wants to go through the discussion, they can watch this session live. So they sort by most recent settings and let me check if we have any questions, and if you are here joined uh, for getting your questions answered. So please drop those questions in the comment. I'd be happy to answer this. And I hope you're enjoying free CK series as well. So far, I have released 10 videos in the free CK series, not big videos, like very short, 15 to 30 minutes, and pure hands-on. I have given CK exam twice. I mean, I gave the exam 2, 3 years back, and then I renewed it recently. And I have been guiding a lot of people to clear their CK exam, so I know what are the pain points. And considering all of those issues people face and the time limit, we get only 2 hours to solve those questions. Very difficult question and very challenging exams. So considering all those factors, I am designing these videos and recording these videos. I'm just checking the live chat option from my phone because on my software I can't see it. I know how does it work actually. Just give me a moment to fix this as well. Words and considering yeah, I guess I found. a video. So I'll check it from all of those issues people face and the time limit. Okay, perfect. Anyways, I'm not sure how many people are going to join on such a short notice. So I don't want to waste this live. I'll keep it just for a record for myself that I should not host such ad hoc live sessions. Okay, great. So let's discuss about CK exam only. Um, so we have 10 videos, and you will find those are very short and crisp videos. In the first video, I discussed about everything about CK exam. Why this is a very common question I get. Why people should do CK exam? Is it really worth it? Spending $300+ on clearing this exam? Okay, let me tell you that we get 50% discount vouchers or at least 60% discount voucher for CNSF exams time to time throughout the year. So it's not really $300. If you um, follow or if you follow the CNSF newsletter, you will get all those notifications. So and I also share all those coupon codes on my LinkedIn. So you can find those coupons and apply. And most of the companies also sponsor these kind of good exams. So you can get your sense of CK exam reimbursed from your company as well. So why to worry about that? And yeah, so this is very industry recognizable and it has very value in the market if you do the CK exam. In most of the GDs also you will find if you have any Kubernetes certifications, then a recruiter will prefer you over other candidates. So yeah, to get that advantage at least when the market situation is so much difficult and critical. So if you have this kind of quality certifications, then you will get an edge over other candidates. So make sure if you can just go for the CK exam. I also discussed about exam details and the passing criteria and everything. Um, okay, and test environment and everything. So you can go through it. I didn't directly started Kubernetes. I wanted to cover the containers fundamentals and how Docker works. What are the reason Kubernetes removed Docker as a default container engine from Kubernetes, and then we moved for Kubernetes, what problem Kubernetes solves, what are the features, Kubernetes architecture. Now, if you have gone through all these videos before jumping into the next latest videos on my CK series, you will definitely understand it why I followed this path and why this is the recommended path for your Kubernetes learning. So we discussed a lot of things about Kubernetes architecture in detail, each component, the responsibility of each component of Kubernetes architecture, what are the control plane components, how to check the control plane parts, how to debug those, as well as the worker node components and how to check logs, then check the containers, check the images and everything. And we also discussed, I guess, yeah, this was very interesting topic, and I enjoyed creating video on these. What was Docker Shell? Why Kubernetes dropped the support for the Docker? And what was the actual journey till Kubernetes release 1.24? What was the discussion happened behind the scene and the evaluation overall? We also discussed the performance improvement. So far, I think for Kubernetes cluster installation, I have shared Minikube installation path. Then we discussed KubeADM. Then we discussed kind cluster installation. And the next, sometime later, I'll create a video on EKS as well. But for now, my plan is to create a project video on how to set up your Kubernetes cluster using Kubedium on AWS EC2 and using Terraform. So entire automation. Mm. I'm currently, I'm almost done. I need to document that project before I make a video on that, and I'm sure you will enjoy that. Okay. Uh, Meanwhile, you can follow the this manual setup how to create a Kubernetes multi-node cluster using Kubedium on AWS EC2. See, many of people will tell you to go for managed Kubernetes service. Yeah, learn EKS, GKE, or AKS. But this is my personal suggestion. Always learn how things work without managed services and then go for your cloud services. If you understand how to do the things locally, you will have a good grasp of the knowledge, and you know, you will be able to solve the actual issues in the cloud environment as well. Because in the cloud, most of the things will be abstracted, and you will have lesser scope of learning there. And in the interviews, I have seen some of the companies prefer candidates who have the knowledge of how the things work without cloud and with cloud. Also, if you have experience of managing the environment on-prem, so that would be also good point for your, getting more interview calls. So yeah, learn cloud and the non-cloud services both. This was very important question. If you are going for your CK exam, I would highly recommend to learn how to do a Kubernetes cluster upgrade using Kubedium. I did Kubernetes cluster upgrade a lot of time. Not only don't learn it only for your CK exam, but learn it to understand how things work behind the scene, how you should upgrade your Kubernetes cluster. See, if you use a cloud-based services, you will get a one-click button. You just need to click the upgrade Kubernetes cluster, and everything will be taken care by the cloud. But you need to know how, as I said, how things work when you don't use the cloud. If something even goes wrong in your cloud environment, you need to know what may be happening behind the scene, and this is the knowledge will be really helpful for you. Follow this entire thing and then upgrade your Kubernetes cluster. I'm glad they have added such kind of quality questions in the CK exam. People find it very difficult to upgrade Kubernetes cluster in CK exam. Maybe it is time taking, but if you really practice it enough, then it's just a cakewalk. I just again watch my CK playlist for this video, and you will understand the step-by-step process of how to upgrade your control plane node and then worker nodes. Very interesting topic, ready backup and restore. Again, the must um, solve question for your CK exam. Very easy question. Make sure you go through uh, the video on our YouTube channel for this, and you can also refer to Kubernetes documentation. So one thing I preferred for my CK videos is that I always recommend and refer to Kubernetes documentation. I think I mentioned that in one of my video as well. Kubernetes exams, these certification exams are open book test, kind of open book test. You get a 2 hours to solve the 17 to 17, 15, 17 questions, and you have access to Kubernetes documentation. Still, people fail on their first attempt or the second attempt, maybe because of multiple reasons. But when you have the access to Kubernetes documentation, and if you have gone through it for very important topics such as Kubernetes cluster upgrade, then RBAC, then etcd backup restore, you will be able to score at least good numbers for your CK exams, right? So go through my video again and you will understand how I am referring to Kubernetes documentation for solving this question. Additionally, what I did, uh, I am also explaining you how to set up your environment for solving this question. So, for example, in your CK exam, you will get a etcd ctl install, and um, then they will ask you to take a backup and take a do a restore of your backup. Okay, but for practicing, we need to have that installed on our machine. Similarly, for Kubernetes cluster upgrade, what I did, I installed the lower version first, Kubernetes, I guess 1.30, and then I showed how to upgrade it on the uh, case 1.31, and as well as for the patch release, so 1.30.2 or 3, how to do that. So I have showed both the ways, and you can follow that to install particular Kubernetes version, and then how to upgrade to patch release or maybe minor release. Okay, so that's an interesting part about the this free CK site. Then I also talked about organizing cluster access using kubeconfig file. So I guess this is because one of my friend reached out to me on LinkedIn uh, with a very basic question, and as a beginner, I I'm sure that those were very expected questions from anyone who is just starting with the Kubernetes. So I didn't wanted to jump into directly pods and deployment. I want to set a base level for everyone who is watching my free CK series. I don't know who are my watchers. Are they do they know any Kubernetes basics, or they are really expert and want to go for a CK exam? Considering that, I am making sure I'm touching all the basic points as well. Maybe since we get multiple clusters in your SIG exam, like 4 to 5 different clusters, and one definite error I know, or the problem people face, is that they solve the questions in the wrong cluster or the wrong namespace. They don't know they have made such a huge mistake. So this is one of the reason to cover such a basic things, how to switch between the different clusters, and how to switch between the different namespaces, and what things behind the scene works. Then yeah, I showed the demo on kind cluster. We created multiple clusters using kind, so you can go through it. This is where the interesting part started: authentication in Kubernetes and the authorization in Kubernetes. We discussed this thing in very detail, how TLS is important for Kubernetes, how TLS is getting used for cluster server communication in Kubernetes, then how to create certificates for your new client or new user, and then how to provide the how to approve the CSR for that, how to create a role binding. This part is still remaining, I guess, role binding. That's the next video. But yeah, then we configured the client certificate and key, and provided that new user access to Kubernetes. This was much needed video, and again, I want to make a point that the focus is not only on the CK exam. Okay, so if someone is really handling their on-prem Kubernetes cluster, these are the things we actually do. And I want to make sure that you understand everything about the Kubernetes: authentication, authorization, your uh, Kubernetes cluster upgrade, then etcd backup and restore, security, uh, then pods, YAMLs, everything. So that's why I'm adding more and more topics which are going to help you for your any Kubernetes exam interviews, and for your Kubernetes real life, real time environments. Recently, I guess yesterday only, I launched one free YAML. Um, crash course. So it's a 10-minute video, but you will understand everything about YAML and why YAML is very important in the Kubernetes. I remember one of my friend reaching out to me that they are appearing for CKA CKD exam but not understanding the YAML structure. So that is one of the reason to add this very basic topic and to cover this, because everything in Kubernetes we are going to do either using declarative and the imperative method. So for a declarative, we write a file which is a YAML file, and we need to understand basic syntax or the data types of the YAML. So that is one of the reason to cover this. And I guess the next video I'm going to create on namespaces before jumping to the RBAC, so that it will be really helpful for my viewers to understand uh, how to create a what is the importance of rows role bindings and the cluster and cluster role binding. So if I skip the namespaces, uh, there are the chances that for someone who is new to Kubernetes, they won't understand the RBAC part. So I'll make sure I add one 5-10 minutes video on namespaces, and then I'll create video on RBAC. Okay. So yeah, so that is how that is my plan for my free CK series. So far, I'm enjoying so much of it. Yes, I have a book which I bought recently, CK Study Guide, and one is Terraform Up and Running. I'm reading it and creating notes, as well as I'm rereading Kubernetes documentation. So I'm also learning so many things from this teaching. Plus, the new project which I am working on is this Kubernetes cluster setup using Kubedium and Terraform. So this is a one of the good project which you will learn during my free CK series. For that, you need to watch all previous videos, and I launch it on, I guess, when we reach 2000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So just to celebrate uh, short milestone. Okay, perfect. And the reason to create this project is very simple. I am using my free tier account or sometime other account, and I need to create my Kubernetes cluster every time. I can't keep it running, and I'm losing the credits from my AWS store. So I want to make sure whenever I need my Kubernetes cluster, I spin up easily. And if there are any steps to configure control plane and the worker node, I can do that in the 5 10 minutes. But the actual setup on the AWS, it should be very quick. So for that reason, I have already created my Terraform plan, and I am going to create one video on that. So my plan is to show the basic Terraform plan first, and then we are going to create a module separately, and to make it more readable. So far it is very basic Terraform plan. It is not following everything or all the best practices. And yeah, so that is my plan. You will learn Kubernetes. You will learn, I guess, shell scripting, and if you are following this series, so this is a shell script which we are going to load, and then you will also learn the Terraform. Okay, so far there is nothing, but I'm as I said, I'll release the project video on 2000 subscriber milestone. I think it's not difficult. I'm getting good support from all of you, and I'm happy with how it's going. I don't want overnight success or overnight subscribers for my YouTube channel. I want very, what do I say, like genuine subscribers. Like they want to watch my videos for what content I am delivering. And do I have any questions here? All the best practices. And yeah, so that And how do I watch the subscript which we are going to do? And then we will also validate it. Okay, I have a question. Message only from Neeraj. So let's. Hey, hi Neeraj. Um, Thank you for joining. I think you are the only one who is watching now. This very late notice for my live session. Okay, anyway, so that's a plan, and I'll send a pre-notice for live series moving forward. I learned my lesson. It's actually facing some technical issues to set up the OBS for live streaming, but now everything is fine. I guess audio is also good and video is also good. So yeah, let's do it. And I'll come up with more videos. I just need your support and I guess, yeah. So one more request, if you are learning from my free CK series, please provide a feedback. So I'm going to create many more videos. If you can provide me feedback on what topics you need, uh, and if you have any suggestions, then please reach out to me on LinkedIn or put those put those suggestions or the feedback in the comment section of the video. I'll be happy to work on it and come up with new good videos. Okay, that's it. I guess I'll close this